Who says that pellet grills can't create smoke? Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I am going to share with you my recipe for sweet cornbread. This is a killer recipe. It absolutely gets devoured every time I make this at the house. Anyway, just wanted to share it with you. Maybe you can give it a try and see if you like it. We're going to start off with our dry ingredients. So what I've got here is 1.5 cups of just all-purpose flour. We're going to add to that half a cup of cornmeal. We have 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Gonna do 1 tablespoon of baking powder. There we go. And we've got half a teaspoon of salt. I like to give that a little whisk just to incorporate everything first, even though it's dry, just makes it a little bit easier. Then we can move on to adding in our wet ingredients. Now for the wet ingredients, we'll start off with 3 tablespoons of melted butter. We've got 1.25 cup of milk. I'm using 2%. It doesn't really matter with the fat content, just works well. We've got 3 eggs that I have beaten together. We'll add in 1/3 of a cup of oil. We're going to go with 1 tablespoon of honey. Now, normal honey is perfectly fine. I happen to have Mike's hot honey here. If this is something that you're unfamiliar with, do yourself a favor, grab some of this stuff. It's awesome. It is killer as a drizzle over pizza, and it can be used pretty much anywhere that you have honey. It's just normal honey, but it's been infused with some chilies. It's not super hot, just has that little tang in the tongue though that really can be appealing to a lot of people. So we'll try and get 1 tablespoon out of here if the honey will cooperate. You know how sometimes honey can not really solidify, but it can be a little bit stubborn. There we go. And then the last thing that I like to add in, I have 1 12-ounce can of sweet corn. You know, any sweet variety will do. This is peaches and cream. I drain it. You don't want to have the liquid in there. And again, I find that having those corn kernels, and these are whole corn kernels, just adds that little bite in the cornbread, a little bit more sweetness, the texture. It's a great addition. Some people don't put this in their cornbread. You certainly don't have to because it has the cornmeal, but I just love this addition in here. Let's once again give that a nice little stir. Get everything incorporated. It's going to turn into almost like a pancake batter consistency. There we go. That's looking really good now. And then we want to take a baking dish. Now, what I've got here is just a Pyrex. This one here is a little over 2 quarts, 2 liters. So again, this is about the right size. The bigger you go, obviously, the thinner your cornbread's going to turn out. It will rise a bit, but you also don't want to go too small, otherwise it will spill out over the sides. We want to grease that, so I'll give it a quick little spray with some avocado oil. And I've got my pellet grill rocking at 350, or at least it's coming up to temp to 350. So I'm going to be using the pellet grill today for this recipe, just exactly like you would an oven. Because remember that a pellet grill can be so versatile. Yes, you can smoke on it, you can grill on it to a degree depending upon your setup, but you can also use this as an oven. Now, could this recipe be done inside in your normal oven in your kitchen? Of course it could, and it works great that way. I just like to use the pellet grill whenever I can, obviously being a barbecue channel and a barbecue guy. I love cooking outdoors. It's my thing, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We'll let that come up to temp. We'll pour the batter into the mold, get it on there, and then I'll be joining you again in just a second. Okay guys, we've got our grill up to the desired temp. It's sitting at about 350, 355, rocking away as it should. We've got the batter poured into our greased baking pan. Time to get this sweet cornbread on the grill. So we're just going to set it in there. We're going to close it up. We're going to leave it alone. Now she's got to sit for about 35 minutes. So we'll let it do its thing. I'll be back at that time and we'll be able to check and see if it's done. So I'll see you then. Okay guys, our beautiful cornbread is finished cooking in the smoker here, the pellet grill. Let's go ahead and take that out. Set her on down. That's how she looks. Now I tested it with a toothpick, came out clean, so I know it's all set. Obviously right now it's pretty much molten lava hot, so I'm going to go ahead and let that cool down a little bit, and then we'll slice it up. I'll show you the inside. We'll give it a try. Okay guys, here is my beautiful cornbread, sweet cornbread. It's cooled down a little bit. It's still hot, having just come off of the smoker, the pellet grill there after baking, but it's cooled down enough that I think we can go ahead, cut it, give it a try. Try not to burn myself too much, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Got a little bit of butter here. Now I'm going to be serving this for my dinner tonight with my family. I'm also doing some spare ribs, and for that, if you want to see that video, I'll put a link up above and you can check that out as well. But let's just get a little bit of our cornbread here. See if I can get this guy out nice and neat. There we go. And she's steaming. You can see that. And look at that. The beautiful corn, those full corn kernels that we've got mixed in there, which is going to add an awesome bite. Got to get a little bit of butter there. Just a bit. Get that on there. She's steaming, but I can handle it okay. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and give that a bit of a bite and see what she's like. Oh, damn, that's good. All right. So, it's not overly sweet. Yes, it's a sweet cornbread. It's not super, super sweet. It's got a great bite to it. I love those corn kernels in there because when you bite into one, you get that little crunch, different texture. The corn itself adds a little bit of a sweetness as well. It's just a great, easy recipe, and it complements so many things when you're adding it as a side. So like pulled pork, ribs, any barbecue, or just on its own. Like these, basically in the South, some people call them Johnny cakes. You can make them in different sizes, but it's just an awesome recipe, and it just tastes so, so good. Oh, finger licking good, all right. Cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. I encourage you to give it a try and play with it. Make it your own. If you want to change it up a little bit, add a little more spice, make it a little sweeter, a little less sweet, don't add the corn kernels. Make it yours, man. It's just, that's what barbecue's about. It's about playing around, having fun, coming up with things that you like and that your family likes, and in the end, that's really all that matters. So thanks for watching the video. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.